Join me on this special podcast episode as we delve into the inspiring world of conservation. Today, we're joined by the remarkable Prince Hussain Aga Khan, a true guardian of the sea. I had the privilege of sitting down with him in Nairobi recently following the grand opening of his breathtaking marine photography exhibition at the National Museums of Kenya. We'll be delving into his passion for conservation, particularly in the marine world. Buckle up for an enlightening conversation with a man whose commitment to the environment is nothing short of inspiring. Steve Mokaya here, your host, thrilled to bring you this captivating episode. From the age of 5, a spark ignited Hussain's passion for nature and preservation. It all started with a home aquarium where he'd care for his fish. This early connection blossomed further thanks to his mother's nurturing influence, which instilled in him a deep appreciation for the natural world. By 14, he was already diving deep into the underwater world, exploring its wonders firsthand.
I started keeping fish in aquariums when I was 5. I watched every David Attenborough show I could. I bought every David Attenborough book. I watched all the Cousteau documentaries. I bought every photo book I could find. I used to wander around airports and buy dolphin sculptures, shark sculptures. I used to I have like a glass menagerie. I used to collect crystal and glass animals. And my mum read to us a book called My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell, who was a very famous English naturalist who was really funny. But I think keeping fish as of the age of 5, reptiles as of the age of maybe 14, and diving from 12 and diving from 14 onwards built up something quite significant in terms of caring about animals and the environment.
While underwater photography holds a special place in his heart, he started his photography journey on land, specifically in Kenya's Masai Mara Reserve, back in 1981. However, he has carved out a unique niche for himself in the world of marine photography.
When we came to Kenya in 1981, I went to the Mara. I started taking photos, so when I was 7. But then hardly did anything until 96 in Brazil in the Amazon on a trip with HH and my best friend from high school. And I started underwater in 2009. We mainly show underwater because I think I'm a better photographer underwater than on land, and it's been fairly successful, but I love land as well.
Driven by a love for the ocean's marvels, he immerses himself in filming its diverse inhabitants. This motivates him to immortalize them on camera, preserving their beauty and raising awareness of their plight.
You never know which of these species are still going to be around in 5 years, or 10 years, or 20 years, or 30 years. And even for things that are very common, I'm always like, will I see one this big again? Will I see one this colorful again? Will I see one this playful again? I'm most interested in endangered species.
Unlike terrestrial photography, where you can often zoom from a distance, underwater photography demands intimacy. You have to get close, becoming part of the scene for that perfect shot.
The thing with underwater photographers, you have to be quite close because flash only travels 5 feet underwater, and if there's a lot of gunk, a lot of organic matter or detritus or whatever in the water, you have to bridge the gap between you and the animal to have less stuff in the water and to have a better photograph. So we try and get close. You can go down there and see nothing, or you can go down and see 11 sharks or more mating triggerfish or an incredible reef or whatever. So will you see something? Will you get close enough? And for how long can you stay with them? So I've had turtles closer than you to me for 40 minutes. I have turtles at the end of the room over there swim away when they see a bubble. And you never know which it's going to be. Some animals are really curious and some hate you, just don't want to spend time with you. They're scared of you. So a lot of it is luck to me.
Over 3 decades underwater, Hussain has seen firsthand the coral's heartbreaking transformation from vibrant reefs to bleached skeletons, alongside a rising tide of plastic. This silent invasion jeopardizes not just the marine life, but the very health of our planet.
There's less coral than there was. I've been diving in the Bahamas since 1989 with my mother and my sister at first. There's less and less color. There's more and more bleaching. There's plastic I never saw before. I never saw plastic really until a trip in the Philippines in 2017. I know it was out there. I'm sure it was out there. I know it's just, I know it's just exponentially grown in mass since then. But 2017 in the Philippines, every time I go to Indonesia, which has one of the biggest plastic problems in the world, I see plastic in the Bahamas. I saw plastic on a beach in Sardinia where I grew up, where I've never seen plastic before. In 2020, plastic is everywhere. Color is going away from the corals. Corals bleaching and dying. And you see less fish life sometimes. So there are some sites I go to where I see less than I used to see before.
Hussain says he has particularly been filming and documenting the oceanic whitetip shark, which is a large shark found in tropical and warm temperate waters around the world. These sharks have distinctive white-tipped fins, which are long and rounded. According to Oceana, the leading international advocacy organization focused solely on oceans, these sharks are apex predators, meaning they don't have enemies and they feed on any fish and other marine animals. Thus, they keep their populations in check, preventing any species from becoming overly abundant and disrupting the ecosystem. The white-tip sharks are listed as critically endangered by the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species due to overfishing and finning. According to the World Wildlife Fund (WWF), sharks are fished for their fins, meat, and cartilage, which are in high demand in various parts of the world. This targeted fishing often exceeds sustainable limits, significantly depleting populations. Hussain also says that contrary to the belief of many people that sharks eat people, they are not interested in human beings.
They're just really, really, really beautiful. Oceanic whitetips are extremely rare. They're declining all around the world. They have a circumglobal distribution, so they're sort of everywhere. And they used to be one of the most common large animals in the world. Now they're down 97 to 99% the numbers since the 50s. They're stunning. They're very bold. They're open ocean predators. Really beautiful, and they're really, really rare. They have very, very long fins, which is one of the reasons why they're really prized for the shark fin soup. We kill minimum 80 million, maximum of 273 million sharks, and only 6 to 8 people die of shark attack a year. It's really scary. And if you're in the water with them, first of all, almost every shark photograph you see, people have been feeding them. Because if you don't feed sharks, they might be 40 meters away or 20 meters away, or you might not see any. In the Bahamas, we feed great hammerheads in Bimini. We feed tiger sharks in Grand Bahama. We feed the oceanic whitetip in Cat Island. They feed bull sharks in Fiji. There's a very famous dive in Fiji where they feed bull shark. If you feed, you're pretty sure they'll come in. And they actually even know some individuals, like in the Bahamas at Tiger Beach. They recognize the same female tiger sharks come in all the time. They've named one Emma, the most popular tiger shark in the Bahamas is called Emma. Emma has Instagram accounts. If you look at Emma, the tiger shark, you'll see amazing stuff. So we feed them to get them to come close and get good photographs. But proof that they don't want to eat you is that we have blood in the water. We're putting tons of blood in the water, tons of dead fish, tuna, you name it, whatever, half-beaks, tons of dead fish, tons of blood in the water, and they don't come to us. I mean, I've had a shark come to me on a feeding dive maybe 2 or 3 times in 200 shark dives. They don't want to eat us. They really don't. They want to eat fish.
He notes the generally peaceful nature of humpback whales, highlighting their lack of teeth and non-aggressive behavior towards humans. However, he chuckled and admitted to a playful, albeit surprising slap from one on a previous encounter.
I saw him from very, very, very close, this close to my eye, and he was 13 to 15 meters long, because humpbacks can be 15 meters long, and he was right next to me. And they don't have teeth, and they never hurt anyone. The most they could do is slap you with their tail, which would hurt, but they hardly ever do it. They hardly ever do it, and I've been bumped by one of their pectoral fins. It doesn't hurt because the water absorbs the shock, so you just move backward and it doesn't hurt. But he was super close. I swam away as fast as I could. He came right back to me. I swam away as fast as I could. He came right back to me. 3 times he came back to me. And finally he got bored of this, thing swimming away from him, and he left.
Prince Hussain Aga Khan says he loves what he does and believes it is contributing to the conservation and creation of awareness of the endangered species.
I just absolutely love what I do. I just absolutely love it. And I'm so worried about what's happening to wildlife and the planet. I'm so worried that seeing it and capturing it just feels extremely important. Every individual species has a function in the ecosystem or in the food chain. And this English guy I heard speak at a conference years ago was saying biodiversity. He thinks of every species like a cog in a greater machine, and every cog you lose makes the machine work a little bit less well. So the diversity, the charisma, the intelligence, in some cases the behavior. I've seen incredible fish be incredible parents. You see sharks don't attack you, but a little clownfish or damselfish is protecting its babies. Turtles that stay with you for an hour. Whales that want to pick you up on their nose. You see incredible behavior and diversity and beauty, and I'm in love with all of it. And I'm really worried that it's going quite fast. And part of what I do is just recording what's there. And I always worry that what I'm looking at today that's rare might not be here tomorrow. But we can work on that. We can all work on that.
Thanks for your company throughout this episode. My name is Steve Mokaya. Until next time, stay safe.